Do you want your soccer analysis more direct than an Arsenal set piece? Join me, Max Rushton, and The Guardian's expert soccer journalist for the latest action and news from the Premier League to the Champions League and all the way to the World Cup. We'll have chat more out of the box than a Dominic Szoboszlai free kick, more panellists than Chelsea have players, and unlike VAR, we know where to draw the line. For fine margins, fun debates, and full-blooded tackles, Football Weekly. Listen wherever you get your podcasts and watch the full episodes on YouTube.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles based on the way you think, using your own words. No more being boxed in by filters. Whether you want great gas mileage for road trips or extra trunk space for the whole crew, simply type it in and Car Gurus Discover will give you real, shoppable listings that match. It's the smarter way to find the car that fits your life. With Car Gurus Discover, you can skip the filters and describe what you're looking for in your own words. Simply type what you want, and Car Gurus Discover instantly surfaces real listings that match your exact needs. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site, according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's cargurus.com. cargurus.com.
On today's Smart 7, Middle East war sparks petrol pump panic. Hundreds of thousands gather to protest far right and much more. It's Monday 30th of March. It's National Doctors' Day and happy birthday, Celine Dion.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The weekend saw Israel, the US and Iran continue to exchange blows as there was no sign of any progress towards peace in the Middle East. Sunday saw foreign ministers from Turkey, Egypt and Saudi Arabia meet in Pakistan's capital Islamabad, but there was no presence from either American officials or Iran. The crisis has seen oil prices remain high, climbing above $110 a barrel on Friday, which has sparked concern and some panic buying. Asda warned on Friday that even with prices above £1.50 per litre, supply was tight. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson was trying to reassure consumers on Sunday.
Production is being maintained, supplies are being maintained, so people should just carry on as usual. Of course, governments will always plan for contingencies, but people should be reassured ahead of the Easter holidays just to carry on as things are.
Meanwhile, Tory leader Kemi Badenoch is sounding increasingly annoyed about the government's plans to offer additional energy support to those who need it most.
You need to stop pretending that there's a big pile of cash that Keir Starmer has, which he's just going to use to help people. He is taxing other people in order to provide that help.
There was a disturbing incident in Derby on Saturday night which saw 7 pedestrians injured by a car. It happened on a busy pedestrian street in Friargate, and police have since arrested and charged a 36-year-old Indian man. Police apprehended the man just 7 minutes after the incident, and although counter-terrorism officers are supporting local detectives, the incident has not formally been identified as terror-related. Chief Superintendent Emma Aldred said police are keeping an open mind on the man's motives when she spoke to the media on Sunday.
Well, none of those injured in the incident have suffered life-threatening physical injuries. The impact on them, I am sure, is just beginning to be felt. I know that I am holding them in my thoughts, as are my colleagues across the force.
Local MP Catherine Atkinson spoke to BBC Derby and called for calm, but says there's no reason to believe there is any further threat.
I remain really shocked. We don't expect this to happen in our city. Last night, when we'll have had so many students, will have been a really busy time. So I think people will remain in shock, and there'll be many, many loved ones wanting to ensure that people are safe.
This weekend saw the US Secretary of State criticise remarks from Ukrainian President Zelensky, who had suggested that America is pressurising Ukraine to give up a significant portion of land in the contested Donbas region in return for American security guarantees. Marco Rubio says that's just not true, but there seems to be no progress of any kind on the peace talks to end Russia's war in Ukraine. President Zelensky has been in the Middle East, meeting with Gulf state leaders, including Qatar and Saudi Arabia, and signing defence agreements, looking to exchange Ukrainian know-how on drone defence for more air defence missiles for Kyiv. Zelensky says it's hard to know what the current position of the US is.
The policy of the United States today, they care about the United States more. It's understandable, by the way. We understand it, and I think that American team is very open about it.
This weekend saw a mass demonstration in London organised by the Together Alliance to protest the far right. The event saw what organisers described as 500,000 people march through the capital's streets to a final event in Trafalgar Square. Whether it was 500,000 or not, it seems to have been significantly more than Tommy Robinson's protest last year, and it included protesters with pro-democracy and pro-immigration signs. The event was supported by unions, the Green Party and Labour, and included high-profile members such as Lenny Henry, Paloma Faith and Billy Bragg. At the Trafalgar Square event, London Mayor Sadiq Khan addressed the crowd via video link, while Green Party leader Zach Polanski and godmother of the House, Diane Abbott, gave speeches.
Our message is not the message of Nigel Farage or the right-wing press. Our message is refugees are welcome here.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, Spurs sack another manager and Robert De Niro wants a word. Right after this.
Looking for soccer analysis more knowing than a Carlo Ancelotti eyebrow raise? With the World Cup around the corner, join me, Max Rushton, and The Guardian's expert soccer journalist on Football Weekly for all the latest soccer action and news throughout the week. We'll cover more ground than Jude Bellingham in a Champions League final, with conversations sharper than an Arsenal set piece. For fine margins, fun debates, and full-blooded tackles, Football Weekly. Listen wherever you get your podcasts and watch the full episodes on YouTube.
Are you noticing your car insurance rate creep up even without tickets or claims? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry handles the legwork by comparing quotes side by side from over 50 top insurers, so you can confidently hit buy. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Jerry even tracks rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Don't settle for higher rates. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/ACAST today.
Welcome back. The Premier League may be on an international break, but there's been no end to the misery for Spurs fans. With their club just 1 point above the relegation zone and with only 7 games left to play, Spurs have fired interim coach Igor Tudor after only 44 days. The club says a successor will be announced in the next few days. Meanwhile, Formula One is taking an unexpected break next month as the war in the Middle East has seen both the Abu Dhabi and Qatar Grand Prix shuffled to the end of this year's calendar. That means the next race is in Miami in May, and Kimi Antonelli gets to enjoy a full month as the youngest ever championship leader after he won the Japanese Grand Prix early on Sunday morning. He finished ahead of teammate George Russell, with Oscar Piastri second and Charles Leclerc third, and he sounded delighted.
He was happy, for sure he's happy, but he's going to kick my butt because of the start. So, well, I deserve that. So, yeah, but no, another incredible result, and obviously it's a shame with the break because we have such a good momentum, but we'll try to make the best out of it.
Saturday saw millions of Americans take to the streets for the third No Kings protest, with demonstrations in nearly every major US city, including New York, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and Minneapolis. The Minnesota March saw Bruce Springsteen perform his new protest song, The Streets of Minneapolis, as the protest focused on Renee Good and Alex Pritty, both of whom were killed by ICE. The White House laughed off the protests, calling them Trump derangement syndrome therapy sessions, but with Donald Trump's ratings falling, the protests seemed to reflect real anger at both ICE and the Iran war. One man who is no fan of Donald is acting legend Robert De Niro.
Every morning when I get up, I reach for my phone to look at the headlines of the day. And for some time now, I start every morning depressed about the latest outrage from our would-be king. I mean, it's amazing. Every day, there's something new and crazy.
Kate Hudson has had a good awards season, picking up Oscar, BAFTA, ACTA and Golden Globe Award nominations for her role in Neil Diamond-themed movie Song Sung Blue. Now she's back on the basketball court for Season 2 of American sports comedy Running Point. Hudson plays Isla Gordon, the boss of fictional basketball team the LA Waves, in a show executive produced and co-written by The Office's Mindy Kaling. This season sees new guest stars including Nicole Richie, Octavia Spencer and Lisa Rinna, and it drops on Netflix on April 23rd.
Isla, there's no money. We are in the red.
Sandy, we still need a coach.
We hope it goes well, but if it doesn't, I guess it's on you then, right?
Why would they use that photo?
Why is your posture so bad?
Do you have scoliosis?
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Looking for soccer analysis more knowing than a Carlo Ancelotti eyebrow raise? With the World Cup around the corner, join me, Max Rushton, and the Guardian's expert soccer journalist on Football Weekly for all the latest soccer action and news throughout the week. We'll cover more ground than Jude Bellingham in a Champions League final, with conversations sharper than an Arsenal set piece. For fine margins, fun debates, and full-blooded tackles, Football Weekly. Listen wherever you get your podcasts and watch the full episodes on YouTube.
If you work in university maintenance, Grainger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Grainger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more. And all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, visit Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.